Welcome back everyone, thanks for joining me in today's video. Today we'll be designing this nice looking course card which I found on uidesigndaily.com. So let's just jump into it. Okay, so as always I have Firefox editor opened up on the right, and on the left we have Sublime Text Editor with index.html, style.css, main.js and design.txt file. Design.txt just contains the font that we will be using. This is pointer to Google Fonts. So let's first get our HTML part of the story straightened up. So here we'll be needing 1, 2, 3, 4 and a bunch of more items. Let's get our text in places. So first one, this jump back in looks a bit thicker, so we'll use a h2 tag here. And before that, everything is kept inside a container, right? So let's first create the container. Just create it using div, and we'll give it a class of container. Okay, let's create an h2 tag. This will contain jump back in, an exclamation mark. Okay, we'll look at our live server which is running here after we populate all the text that we need for this project. Next thing that we need is, let's just create a p tag, and we'll just say course 54% completed. Alright, after that we'll need a progress bar, so for that we'll use toDiv tag. Let's create that div, inside that another div, and let's give them class of, let's say, pb for the progress bar, and then the one that is inside will just say pb underscore child. Okay, after that we have two text, that is current lesson and objects in JavaScript challenge. So let's create that. We'll again use p tags, and we'll give them separate classes so that we can style them in style.css. First one, let's say current lesson, lesson, and after that we have another p tag which will just say objects in JavaScript challenge. Okay, let's again populate this p tags with some class attributes. We'll just say class, let's say cl, and this one will just say class cl underscore topic. And after that we need a button, so let's create a button element which just says go to lesson. Let's look at our live server. I think we have all that is needed. So that completes HTML part of the story. Now let's go to style.css for styling. First let's do some basic styling. So we'll use star, and we'll just say box sizing border box. After that let's style our body. Let's make it a flex element so that we can center our container. We'll just make it display flex, align item center, justify content center. If I save it, our container will move to the center of the page horizontally, but we want it to be centered vertically also. So for that we'll just say height 100 viewport height. So we're giving 100 viewport height to the body, and as the items are all centered, the container, which is the child of the body, right, this guy, that will get centered. Okay, now let's give our body a bit of background color, and we'll pick that color from UI Design Daily's color palette, and this is the background color. You just click on it and then the code will get copied. Let's just paste it here, semicolon, go here and see. Okay, after that let's style our container. So I'll just say dot container. Here what do we need here? Okay, let's give it a background color of white, because that is what is the color of the container, right? And then let's give it a bit of padding. Let's say padding 30 pixel. Okay, let's round the borders. So for that we'll just use border radius, border radius, where are you? Okay, 5 pixel. There we have border radius. Next thing, if you notice, there is a little bit of shadow at the bottom of this container, so let's create that. For that we'll use box shadow, and horizontal offset will be 0 pixel, vertical offset will be 5 pixel, so that the shadow comes downwards. Let's have 5 pixel of blur and 0 pixel spread, and we'll give it color. The shadow will have color of this one. Okay, so let's put that here. There's a shadow, yeah, but if you notice, there is a little bit of shadow on the left and right also, so we can remove that by using this negative spread. So we'll just put -5, and now the bottom shadow becomes a little bit it kind of disappears at the bottom also, so let's just increase them to 6 and 6. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, let's change the font also. Let's change the font. We'll use this Mooli font from Google Fonts. I just copied the CSS import statement here. You can just pick it up from the Google Fonts, and then after that I'll just say font family, capital MULI, and then we'll just say sans serif. Okay, so that if this font doesn't load, it defaults to this guy. I think this looks quite good now. Let's go to our template, and we don't have to change anything here. Let's let it be what it is. Then this course 44% complete is little bit the color is different, and the font size is also different, so let's design that. So for that, I think that's the p tag, which is after the h2 tag. So let's use some CSS selectors which are quite different than the usual ones. So to select any adjacent element, we can use a sibling selector. So for that we'll just do h2 plus p. So what this means is style the p tag which is next to h2 tag, which would be our this line, right? Which this line, correct? Okay, so now let's give it, we'll change the color. We'll use this color. So we'll just say color, paste, save it, and we need to change the font size also. So for that we'll just do font size 0.8 em. Yeah, I think that's small enough. Let's go ahead and style our progress bar. So for that we had two divs, PB and PB child. So let's first style our PB class B. To design our progress bar, we'll give it a height of 5 pixel. Let's give it a width of 100% of the parent, so it occupies the complete container spacing. And we are not able to see it because we are not given it any color. So let's give it a background color same as that of the body. So I'll just copy paste. There we have it. Let's give it a bit of border radius also. So just say border radius 5 pixel. And I think there's a little bit of spacing here, right? So that's probably because of the margin bottom for this p tag. So let's make it a little bit lesser. We'll just say margin bottom of 5 pixel. Okay, that looks better. Now let's style the inner part of the progress bar, which we had given class of PB child. So let's style that dot PB underscore child, and here also again we'll give it height of 5 pixel. You can also give a height of 100% because the parent is PB, and let's give width of 54% at the moment. Nothing happens, but let's change the background color. Background color, we'll again use color from the color palette, this one. Let's put it here. There you have it. Let's also put the border radius of 5 pixel. And now if you notice in the design, we have a little bit of shadow to the bottom of the progress bar. So let's put that also. We'll again use box shadow. Better I'll just copy paste this guy. Control C, Control V, and the color needs to be same as that of the progress bar, the child of the progress bar. So we'll just use the same color, and we'll use zero spread, and let's make the shadow a little bit smaller. There we have it. So we have our shadow. I think that's all that we need from the progress bar. Later on in the JavaScript we'll animate this, so hang on if you want to see that. After that we have a little bit of spacing here so that we can achieve using styling our current lesson. I think the class that we gave to the current lesson was CL, so let's do that .cl, and we'll just say margin top of, let's say 4 pixel. There we have it. And I think the size is smaller and the font is bolder, right? So that we can do using font size of again 0.6 em, and let's say font weight of 700. There we have it. Now the text that we have below is a little bit closer to the current lesson, so let's change that. Also let's give a little bit let's fix the width of our container. So let's give width of 280 pixel. Okay, and let's remove the margin from the bottom of our CL class. So we'll just say so that, okay, let's inspect this and see how are we getting the spacing, right? So if I select this element, there is a little bit of spacing margin at the bottom, as you can see, and then we have a bit of margin at the top of this the current lesson topic, right? So let's remove one of the margins, and then we'll set either bottom margin for the current lesson or the top margin for the topic. So let's remove current lesson margin. Let's do that. We'll just say margin bottom. Where is margin bottom? Margin bottom, let's put it as 0 pixel, and then for CL topic we'll just say margin top to be, let's say 10 pixel. How does that look? Let's reduce it even further, say 5 pixel. I think that looks good, right? Kind of similar. Okay, finally let's go ahead and style our button. For that we'll just say button. I think the color is yellowish. We'll again pick from the color palette. So we'll just give background color. Let's save that and see what we get. Okay, border looks very bad, so let's just set that border 1 pixel px solid, and we'll use the same color. So we'll say FABB. Okay, that looks nice. Let's put a little bit of padding. We want our top padding and bottom padding needs to be smaller, so let's put 10 pixel. Oh, not 100 pixel, 10 pixel, and then 20 pixel for left and right. That looks good. And then let's set the border radius to 5 pixel. What am I saying? Okay, I think that looks kind of similar to what we had initially. That looks good, right? Comment below what do you think, and how would you style it if you had to style the same thing. Now let's move on to JavaScript to kind of animate this progress bar. So for that for that we'll need to get this percentage, right? You know, what is the percentage of course completed. So for that I think we need to put this 54% into a span tag. So let's do that. We'll just say span. Let's close the span tag. Okay, and then we'll get this span element and the child element inside our JavaScript. To do that, we'll create two constant variable. First one we'll just say span element, which is, and we'll just get it from our document. We'll just say document dot query selector, and here we'll just say span. Okay, and after that we'll get our, let's just copy paste this thing, and we'll just change a little bit of, you know, variable name. We'll just say progress bar child, element, and then here also we'll just say dot pb child. Correct? That's the class that we had styled for the inner part of the progress bar, right? Okay, let's see if we got these two elements. We'll log it to the console, console.log, and then okay, we'll just print them, span element and then pb child element. Save it, right click, inspect, we'll go to console, and there we have it, right? When I hover my mouse over the span, the 54 gets highlighted, and then this is our child element. So we are getting those elements, and then in JavaScript, now I can comment this out, and then I'll put we'll change the progress bar child elements width, which was set to 50%. Let's put it to 0, and then we'll put a little bit of transition also. Transition on all, let's say 1 second, and then in JavaScript we'll set the width of this element, okay, which we got here, right? So let's just copy, paste, dot style dot width equal to span element dot inner HTML. So that will give us this 54, and then after that we need to append the percentage. So plus operator on two string elements, what it will do is it will concatenate these two guys, right? So this will be 54 and then percentage. So remember, we initially were setting this width as 54%. So same thing is what we are doing here. Control save, and it still didn't work. I think we need to put the timeout. So for that we'll just do set timeout. I think JavaScript is loading faster, so we need to do this. We'll start the bracket. We need to put an arrow function here, and then we'll close it here. Close it, comma, put the delay, close the first bracket, and there we have it. Did you see that? Let me just reload. There we go. And now if I change this from 54 to 90, it will act accordingly. There we go. Let's make it 100%. There we go. So I think that's all that I have for this video, guys. Let me know what all changes would you make. What all things can make this more efficient, more beautiful, and leave a comment below, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more such videos. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye bye.